welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marion. Today I am talking about learning how to say no, learning when to say no. The word no is always associated with something negative, but sometimes saying no and using the word no can be beneficial to you and for you. This is another video, a part of the mental health awareness month for the month of May. If you haven't checked out my setting boundaries video, I will link it down below or up here somewhere. And also I talked about how I deal with anxiety. I will also link that video down below as well for you to check it out. And before I get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So I did my brows. Well, partly my brows. I will clean them up as I normally do later on. Well, actually right now. So I want to talk about knowing when to say no. Knowing that it is okay to say no. If you have been the person that everyone leans on and is draining, it's perfectly fine to say no. Sometimes we take on roles where we are the dependable sibling or go-to sibling, child, friend, co-worker. And when you are the go-to person, the most responsible one, people tend to lean on you. Not to say that they are being selfish, but they just know that you are very dependable, so you're gonna get the job done, so they come to you for help. And typically you're the type of person who is eager to help others and not really like, tell people no. Sometimes that is beneficial, especially like in the work environment. If you are seen as the go-to person at work, that can be a gift and a curse. That could let management know that you are a team player, that you're willing to collaborate with others, help out your coworkers when needed. But that also can be draining, because instead of calling on others to help your coworkers or management or work on projects or different things, they're always leaning on you, because you may not always want to be the go-to person. You may have things that you need to take care of, and management or your coworkers are expecting you to always be there to help others no matter what. So that's why I say it can be a gift and a curse. Often we use the term at my job that when you become the go-to person, you're voluntold to do things. You're not really asked, you're told, but in a polite way, whereas if you have a choice to say no, but you really don't. So I kind of limit myself at work on the skills that I have, because I've learned in my 10 years at my company that sometimes letting them know all of your skills that you have will backfire, because they will drain you. So a lot of times, if I don't want to do something, I have no problem saying no. Not in a nasty way, but I just let them know, like, I don't have the bandwidth to take on more projects or something like that. Now, I do help my coworkers because that's just who I am. I help based on what I feel is going to not really interfere in what I have going on. If I feel like it's going to take away from my work, my task, then I'm not going to just like go all out, if you get what I'm saying. There's a limit for me. It's definitely healthy to say no. It's a part of setting boundaries. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it so you can check it out. But it definitely is an awesome way to set boundaries. not just with coworkers, but also with family. Family can be draining as well. If they know that you have the financial means to always help out, then they will come to you and lean on you for financial support. And it's okay to just say no sometimes. Like, you can be a support system, but not always an ATM. You can help find resources to help them out, but you don't necessarily have to be the cash cow ATM of the family. It doesn't necessarily even have to be about money. If your family considers you the go-to person for a place to stay, rides, they just always leaning on you for any and every type of support, but they're not reciprocating that type of support, then that can be very, very draining, because everyone goes through a period of time where they may seem like they have it all put together, but they still would like for others to reach out and check on them, see if they're okay. Knowing that you have someone in your corner, whether you need them or not, is important. It's important for your mental health because you know that you're not alone. Another reason why it's okay to say no is because you just don't want to do it. Plain and simple. No. You don't want to feel pressured into always being the yes person. You don't want to feel pressured to do things that you don't want to do, say things you don't want to say, give things you don't want to give. It's also okay to say no to your kids. If they're always expecting a yes from you and to have their way, then you're raising a kid that's going to have a bad sense of entitlement and not understand that you're not going to hear yes all the time in life. You're going to hear no's. And that's actually not a bad thing for you to be told no sometimes. You don't need everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? Some things, yes, you do for your kid because they deserve it, but you don't have to go out of your way financially, putting yourself into debt just to appease your kid. Your kids will actually feed off of the love that you provide for them and to them by nurturing them beyond financial means. I know that a lot of times parents don't want to hurt their kids' feelings and they just want to, see them happy, which I do too, but it's just a fine line between, taking care of your kids, providing for your kids, and spoiling them a little bit and not overdoing it to the point where they're overbearing and can't take no for an answer, Right now, we're working on my grandkids when it comes to that because they don't understand the concept of no. But they are learning very quickly that no means no. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I do waver, but, for the most part, when they're told no, they understand that no means no. That we're not going to change. You just have to have a balance in knowing when to say no and when to kind of, understand and give in. But if you are a person who is constantly saying yes and giving and giving and giving, you're going to give so much of yourself to the point where you are draining yourself. Even with your friends, it's okay to tell them no and just basically take a break from being the go-to person, that friend that everyone can count on. It can be mentally and emotionally draining for you, especially if you are the friend that everyone count on to borrow money for rides, even for a place to stay, not even just financially, but to dump their emotional baggage on. Your friends are always calling you to vent, to gossip, all of that. It's okay to tell your friends, hey, I'm just not in the mood today to hear all of that. It's just too much for me right now. It's no problem. Well, it shouldn't be a problem telling your friends that. And your friends should understand. If they don't understand, then they're definitely not your friend. So it's definitely okay to tell your friends no if you don't want to go out all the time, if you don't want to go shopping all the time, spending money, if you don't want to go on trips. It's okay. You shouldn't feel pressured to always be on board with whatever your friends want to do. It should be a balance. They should be considerate of your feelings as well as you always being considerate of theirs. Even if they're always calling you for just guidance on small things turn into big things. And if they always know, well, oh, Marion, no, let me call Marion. Oh, Marion will do this. She don't mind. Marion will do this. Marion will do that. No. How do you know Marion just don't want to break? A lot of times people feel guilty when they say no because they know deep down in their heart, like they just very kind-hearted and want to help. It's okay to take the cape off. You don't have to be Superman or Superwoman for any and everybody. Who is there for you? Who is going to put the cape on for you? Think about that. Are you the person who always have the cape on? Everyone is calling you. Do you have someone in your corner that you know no matter what will be there for you and help you out? I hope so. It's good to have that type of balance. If not, then you need to definitely start setting boundaries with not just yourself, but with your friends, with your family, co-workers, stuff like that. Because it can affect your mental health in a very negative way. Also, it's okay to say no to your significant other. There may be things that you don't want to do that your significant other may want to do, and not just on a sexual aspect, because that doesn't necessarily have to be an issue, but just on any type of life decisions. Your significant other may want to do something, make a big purchase, and you don't want to do it, but you're feeling pressured. They may want to relocate and you don't want to. It's just different things. It's okay to stand your ground and to say no. It is definitely okay to do that. There are some people who will take your kindness for weakness and they will just drain you until there's nothing left. They will just continue to just lean and lean. And then when you finally decide to say no, and that's when their true colors start to show. It's a one-sided type of relationship, whether it's with your family, friends, your kids, co-workers, or whatever. Sometimes when someone is so selfish that they don't understand that you cannot always give and give and give of yourself, and they're not willing to reciprocate or understand, then it's not true love. It's not a mutual friendship or relationship in regards to being supportive and there for each other. It's all, like I said, one-sided. They're just thinking about themselves. They're not considering you and how you feel or what you may be going through at that period of time. All they're thinking about is what you can do for them. Trust me, I have no qualms with telling a person no. My family knows. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to straight up and be like, no, I'm not going. No, I'm not doing that. No, I don't have that. No. It helps me to set boundaries because people know, oh, well, Marion will help. She's helpful, but to an extent. She's not going to let you just come and just drain her. that causes stress. I know, like, for instance, with my mom, she is the oldest, and she was used to always taking care of her siblings growing up. So even as they became adults, she was very concerned with their well-being, their health, making sure they have life insurance and this, and that. And all that, plus being a wife and a mother, was affecting her health a lot. And her doctor had to tell her, like, they're grown. It's no longer your responsibility to take on their problems, their issues, their burden. They're grown, because it was just really, really stressing her out. Are you that person that everyone feels like they can just count on and don't expect to say no? Or you just have no issues with standing your ground, setting boundaries when it comes to, you know, people having access to you? Are you giving the help that they need without it just draining you? The worst person to tell no is yourself. You think you have the willpower to stand up, stand your ground, but a lot of times it gets a dwindling and dwindling, and you just have to, like, kind of tell yourself, like, do I really need this? Can I wait? You have to kind of talk yourself out of certain things, especially if you have goals set that you're trying to meet. If you're trying to buy a new car, a house, if you're saving up for a trip, or if you just know that you really just don't need the things that you're trying to buy. It's kind of hard if you are an impulsive spender, impulsive buyer. You really have to buckle down and, like, tell yourself no over and over and over again. I have to do that a lot because I have friends who are always posting about a new perfume that has come out, a Coach purses on sale, Dooney on sale, shoes on sale, candles on sale, Shein orders. I mean, it'd be a lot. In our group chat, I promise you, I have to, like, put my phone down, because I'll be like, look, y'all not gonna have me broke out in the streets like this, constantly spending my coins. But I know how to tell myself most of the time, like, girl, you don't really need that right now. You can wait. It'd be a struggle, but I definitely can do it. And I force myself, really. I really, really force myself. I'd be like, oh, that's cute, and try my best not to go to the website. For the most part, I do pretty good when it comes to that. I don't give in to temptation quite often. But it can definitely be hard telling yourself no, especially if you like shoes and you have about 100 pair of shoes in your closet that you barely wear, and you just so happen to be in the mall, and I'm a person like, but they're on sale. They're cute and they're on sale. And I have to tell myself, no, Marian, you do not need them. Are they a necessity? No, not at this moment. So I used to be like that when it came to makeup. I've gotten a lot better with telling myself no. And especially, there really hasn't been any new releases that have caught my eye. But I promise you, my spending on makeup was ridiculous at one point. I mean, ridiculous. You telling yourself no is a big accomplishment. And me telling myself no also helps with my mental health as well. Not just mentally, but emotionally. It gives me a sense of discipline, meaning that I have self-control, that I am no longer this impulsive person that I used to be. And sometimes I can be, but for the most part, I'm definitely improving. It's really all about having willpower not just with telling yourself no, but telling others no and standing your ground and feeling confident with your decision with saying no. You don't let someone guilt trip you and make you feel bad about you setting boundaries and you not being that person that they're always leaning on. Because if you don't have that same support system, it's definitely a draining situation. Like, I need you to give me that same energy that I give you. I need you to come through for me the way that I come through for you. And then that way you can kind of evaluate people in your life. You can remove people who are selfish, that are all about themselves. You can say no to toxic relationships, to one-sided relationships. So, in a nutshell, saying no is okay. It'll be okay for you as well as those that, is on the reciprocating end. You cannot always be the go-to person, the yes person. That is draining mentally, physically, emotionally. You also need to make sure that you have a close, net of friends or family or a tight circle that you know that, yeah, you can be there for them, but they're also going to reciprocate the same energy. Also, you need to learn when it's time to say no, when it's okay to say no at work. So, saying no and setting those boundaries, whether if it's in your professional life and personal life, is a part of making sure that you are making good decisions for yourself. And it's also making sure that you are protecting your mental health. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and make sure your notification bell is turned on so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And leave a comment down below if you are the go-to person, if you've ever felt guilty about having to say no, were you ever pressured to change your mind and do something that you didn't want to do? How did that affect you? So let's go ahead and just have a deep, intellectual, intelligent conversation down below. And as always, thank you for watching.